For over 3 decades, the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank has been actively fighting hunger locally across our 11 parish service area. Through the generous support of our donors, volunteers, and community partners, we're making more and more progress every day to reach children, individuals, families, and seniors who are food insecure and in need of help to find their next meal. It's a large operation with a lot of moving parts and over 100 member agencies helping us fulfill our mission to serve others. We couldn't do what we do without the help of all of you who choose to volunteer.
We have been setting records since COVID of the number of volunteers, number of different individuals who've been volunteering, and the number of hours they've committed to us. That's how we survive. That's how we can leverage. When you start talking about the equivalent of 20 employees from your volunteer hours, you're talking about a substantial workforce that we could not afford to employ otherwise.
You want to put your time and your effort into something that you know is helping people. And so I know that when we come here, everything we touch goes to a child or an adult or a senior that needs that help, that doesn't have the food to eat.
What they do here is just tremendous. Like, I'd never realized how big of an operation it was, but it feels good to know that you're helping people in the community. I just feel like if everybody gave 1 hour a week, it could reach so many people.
I always felt like you needed to give back through my Christian faith, and if not through faith, people should give back just civic duty, trying to lessen the cost for services so that the money can go directly to the food product.
As you can see, your volunteer time today plays a very important role in our ability to serve more people in the community. The more that you're able to accomplish, the lower our operational costs become. And that means allocating more dollars into distributing meals to families. This affects people on the front lines every day, and they feel your efforts.
That's really a blessing, because they're helping the poor and they're helping the need. So I think that's really good, that people got a heart.
I pay all my bills. Then I have to put up so much a month for property taxes, for flood insurance and stuff like that. So it dwindles, There's a lot of times I don't turn on my heat or my air conditioner because I know I can't pay a big old bill. So
having the food bank is a blessing to a lot of people. You would be surprised at how many people that comes through here that needs the food.
By volunteering your time today, you're showing your commitment to service, but you're also showing your compassion for those in need. They feel firsthand every can sorted and every box packed.
That's what we do. We fill that void, and we don't care your situation in life, your economic situation, your personal situation. If you need help, we want to be there to help you, and that's our focus.
Now that you know a little bit more about our mission and who we serve, it's time to review a few safety rules to be aware of before you arrive for your volunteer shift. These rules help ensure your safety and that we're handling food in a safe manner so that we can have a maximum impact on the meals we're able to distribute. For your safety, closed-toe shoes are required while working in the warehouse. Please do not start working without direction from your volunteer leader. It's important to be aware of moving forklifts and pallet jacks at all times. Please do not operate warehouse equipment unless directed to do so by your volunteer leader. Wash hands and wear gloves when touching food items, unless otherwise directed by your volunteer leader. Only lift items as you're physically able to do so, and please remain in your designated volunteer area. If you need to leave the area, please communicate with your volunteer leader first. If you need to report any personal food allergens, please notify your volunteer leader before the shift begins. In case of an emergency, dial 911 and evacuate the building through the nearest exit door. If you have not checked in up front upon arrival, it's important to do so for us to confirm your volunteer time, but also for us to be able to account for all volunteers here today. Lockers are provided for volunteers so that you can lock up any personal items while you're volunteering today. In order for us to adhere to good manufacturing practices and ensure food safety, we ask that volunteers remain focused on checking for damaged food items while sorting and packing food. Damaged packaging and dented cans must be removed from assembly lines. It's also important to check for expiration dates on food items. Your volunteer captain will go over the process for damaged food items and food expirations at the start of your volunteer session today. Please note that food and drinks are limited to the volunteer break room area only and are not allowed in the warehouse. Although rare, if you see evidence of pests, have questions, or concerns of any kind, please alert your volunteer leader for guidance. We're so thankful to have you volunteering with us, and we hope that you'll have lots of fun with your fellow volunteers and our staff. Your efforts help so many in our community, and we couldn't do it without you. Together, we're fighting hunger.